What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. The Milwaukee Bucks took on the Minnesota Timberwolves and then the Philadelphia 76ers. Okay. Everybody was tuned in to see, how the Bucks would look, what kind of adjustments or, just what would go on against the West leading Minnesota Timberwolves. So let's just jump right in and talk about it. You know how we do. If this world were mine. So Dame and Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks took on the Minnesota Timberwolves. We just going to jump right into it. I thought they did a good job. Giannis did a good job of facilitating, taking the shots that were there, not just taking the shots he wanted, but taking the shots that were there. I thought the bench, again, played well. I mean, the bench has been an issue all season. It's just as far as supporting those starters, upholding their end of the bargain. But I thought they did a good job keeping the team afloat, keeping the team playing well. When Giannis had to rest, when Dame had to rest, whatever, especially without Chris Middleton. I thought Brook Lopez did a good job. I've been critical of Brook as far as some of the shots that he take, some of the shots that he wants to take. But I thought he played better in this game. I mean, I just thought overall, especially since what we've been talking about in the last video and everything, I thought they played better overall. Now, Minnesota, again, didn't have their best game, but somebody got to win, so Milwaukee did a good job of doing what they were supposed to do on the defensive end, again, with that addition of Patrick Beverley, like I said in the last video. But they did a good enough job to not allow Minnesota to just completely get easy buckets throughout the game or at certain times throughout the game to help them maintain a certain level of confidence, a certain level of momentum, a certain level of intensity. They weren't able to do that. They got out of it a few times. We saw Karl Anthony Towns at the end of that game play with the intensity that we've kind of been used to seeing the Timberwolves play with in the past few weeks. It wasn't enough. Giannis, Dame, did a good job of kind of playing off each other. I thought Dame did a good job of taking the shots that he needed to take, especially in clutch time. He wasn't passive. He was definitely being aggressive. I thought that was good. Remember I said I was wondering if Doc would handcuff him or unleash him. And it kind of looks like maybe it's a combination or a balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dame, help us out during the game, help us out early with being a facilitator. But, when it's Dame time, green light, green light. Hopefully those things kind of rub off on Giannis as well. Dame said they had a really good bonding, I guess, over the All-Star weekend. Hopefully that's kind of what he was speaking about, how they're going to feed off each other and both sacrifice in a balanced way to where Giannis is doing a better job of facilitating and getting his teammates involved and also doing what Giannis does. Same thing with Dame. Dame will do a better job facilitating. We've already seen the way Dame has been throwing the alley-oop to Giannis. I mean, he's been doing it a really good job. He's throwing it up there really nice. He hasn't been any problems now. I mean, when they first got there, you can see the timing wasn't there, but now you can see some of those things, some of those timings, some of those rhythms starting to come into fruition for Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, they still got a ways to go, but with that ways to go, look at what they're doing. They're still playing well, not playing as well as they want to, but they're still kind of playing well above water. Still, top 5, top 3 in the East, still playoff team, and if they happen to figure things out and happen to hit it on all cylinders, that's something you're going to have to worry about. You know what I'm saying? And then we jump into the Philadelphia 76ers and the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, these are the next 2 games after All-Star break, after everybody got something to say about Doc Rivers. Everybody got something to say about Doc Rivers. Don't nobody want to see Doc Rivers as the coach for the Bucks. Don't nobody want to see Doc Rivers succeed as I don't know what's going on with that, y'all. I don't have a clue. It takes time to implement, what you want to do. It takes time to get guys used to what you want to do, how you want them to do it. Just takes a little time. We can see some of those things taking place right now as far as what Doc Rivers wants the Milwaukee Bucks to do and how he wants them to play. We can see some of those things. We can see Giannis playing great. We can see Giannis taking the necessary shots, meaning when he's wide open for 3, he's taking those shots. We see Dame doing a very good job of making really good passes. Look, you can go in my videos before. Just go in my early Milwaukee Bucks videos this season. It's not a lot of them, so it won't be hard to find. But you can see that I said earlier, Damian Lillard can play make. Damian Lillard can pass the ball. You got all these, Damian Lillard is one-dimensional. He can't do this. He can't do that. No, whatever. He just wasn't doing that. I remember when Damian Lillard even made the adjustment and say, you know what, I'm not going to do so much passing and playmaking. Obviously, this is my opportunity to score, to show what I can do on the offensive end, to carry this team on my back. And that's what he was doing with the Portland Trailblazers. Now, would have been maybe better invested for him to do a better job of making his teammates better around him? Probably. Let's say if they did go to Dame and say, Dame, would you be willing to, work on making these guys better as we develop and get better? And he said, no, I don't want to do that. I feel like I've earned the opportunity to go for a championship, to be on a championship contending team. That's when that's what I said about making the tough decisions. That's when you got to have somebody willing to make the tough decisions. Say, all right, Dame, cool. I appreciate that. Appreciate what you've done. We're going to move in a different direction. Let's see what we can do for you. You know what I'm saying? Immediately. And that was 2 years before Dame actually was traded. I'm sure they had probably had that discussion 2 years before Dame was actually traded. And that's when they made the decision, we're going to build around Dame. We're going to build a contending team around Dame. And they didn't do that. That wasn't what was done. All right. 2 years wasted. Okay. In my opinion, Dame got the scoring record, whatever, all-time Portland Trailblazer leading score. Okay, great. Fine. Moving on. For the Milwaukee Bucks and Damian Lillard, he's doing a great job of showing that he can pass the ball, making great passes, playmaking, getting his teammates involved, rhythm, timing, drive and kick, great drive and kick game, as he always has had. That's Dame basketball. And that's what he likes to do. Utilize someone's skills. Utilize their skills. He's doing that in a good way. Now we can see Giannis and Dame learning how to play together simultaneously better instead of staggering their minutes. You know what I'm saying? Dame is doing a really good job of that. And honestly, like I said before with Giannis is doing a good job when he has his mind made up of passing the ball. But we've seen when Giannis feels like he's going to score, he's not really noticing all the time that somebody's wide open. He's trying to score. So sometimes he has to work on that awareness, understand that even though he can go get a bucket, he can go get a dunk right now against these 2-3 guys, it might be, a kick out for a teammate wide open with a high percentage 3-point shot. Especially if you want to win multiple championships, you're going to have to do those things. You know what I'm saying, in this NBA. So we'll see if the Milwaukee Bucks continue to make those adjustments. Again, we've seen so far in these first 2 games after the All-Star break, I think that they're doing a better job defensively. I think the addition of Gallinari, quietly, I forgot to even mention that. That was just such a quiet addition. The addition of Gallinari, I thought, has really helped that bench. And it's crazy even saying that. Gallinari hasn't really even been productive in a few years. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, largely productive, to be mentioning his name, you know what I'm saying, is what I'm saying. But I think he's doing a really good job stepping in with that Milwaukee Bucks bench, providing some energy, providing some effort. I mean, I kind of like what I'm seeing in Gallinari. I know I mentioned Pat Beverly and what he does for that bench and that defensive perimeter game. So look out for the Milwaukee Bucks. I've been saying this. They just have to figure things out, and they will. They will. There's no reason for them not to. You know what I'm saying? Even with Brook Lopez. I'm not a fan of Brook Lopez and shots he takes at all. I think Brook Lopez has been playing well lately too. So remember I said guys are going to have to make the necessary adjustments and the sacrifices if they want to really do this thing, if they really want to succeed, if they really want to be there. And you can see some of the guys starting to do some of those things. And we'll see how far it pays off. Because for me, I think we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks and the Denver Nuggets in the finals. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, about the Milwaukee Bucks. So I thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining me. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right.
If this world were mine,